It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the 49ers and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field, the first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down at a yard. And he'll slither by. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this Niner defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
To throw on third down, McCarthy. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. A yard all they need, but it's third down. Now a toss here, short side. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. So much for picking it up on the ground on third down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Here's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 12 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to give up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
They're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
That's a strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
Now, like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave it. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
In his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. McCarthy setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. Will be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This defense for the Niners, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to win a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people, because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
It's now 3rd and 10.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Niners at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around the bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 20-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and running in the yard. Second down in the yard. Off the play fake. McCarthy. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he's going to have it first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8 from the 48-yard line. Here's second down and 2. Now here's a throw right side, taking it away his tight end. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down to the 40. Man in motion is Sherfield. And they'll run it here. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Off play action. McCarthy. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this group.
Taking it right down Broadway. The full length of the field, a 90-yard punt return. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing?
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Ball start, awesome.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Purdy throw complete here to Ayuk. Give him 16 yards on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Purdy on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
So many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. My feet going to get down inbounds. On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, McCarthy. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Harrison Smith. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Now Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he's going to be dropped following a pick up the 7 past the 30 to the 32.
On 3rd down, here's Purdy. A throw right side. We're going to be incomplete.
That's more important than I was probably saying. I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This is taken at the 18.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Coach, work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
On 1st down, Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Mitchell now off the option. And Mitchell will have a 49ers first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Here's 2nd and 10. He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Holding. Offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. The left tackle, Trent Williams, guilty there. On 2nd down, McCaffrey trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Again, a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Holding. Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On the draw, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now will be 3rd down. Only 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. The other day they told us we've got 3rd and 5 or less. We have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. If they didn't get that done, this time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to pull the points. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Jones. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again.
They run it with Chandler.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And inside give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Powell on the catch. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
That'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that lead is back down to 9 now.
So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though. It's 4th down.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game from the 41. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings 1st down as he's up to the 47. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
The offense on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. They end up getting stuck twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. He only needed about a foot there, but there was nowhere to run.
Yeah, it almost felt like he was trying to get a bigger play. He knew he only needed a short amount of yardage, but instead, trying to find something bigger to pop. Sometimes you just have to take those dirty runs, pick up the yardage you need, and start over with a new set of downs.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And now out comes Minnesota.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Escaping the pressure right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy under pressure, and they got to him again.
Jordan Elliott
busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football.
Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison, 55 yards.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, They often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Purdy.
Throws a quick hit on the slant. That's complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, you're definitely at the time to force the football in places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 35. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
Up to the 20.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get this up to the 44-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. He's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Out of the shotgun is Jones.
Takes it to about the 37.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And take this up a little bit. 18-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 5, 2:25 remaining. They've got 1 timeout at their disposal and the 2-minute warning as they go to work here on 1st down. This is caught by Anderson. And he's brought down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, force the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hawkinson.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now they'll go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game.
Yeah, it's fun to be that way. But when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the 49ers, it's an ideal